Cut Haksal down. He was always waiting for Haksal to push in. He knew where he'd come from. Now the Titans have just dialed it back a little bit. And they're keeping a Doomfist alive just a bit longer. It's a 5-1 map record here. Titans, I should expect, because they've lost like, I don't know, less than 10 maps this season. Not quite, but they've been pretty close.
So not going to see many maps where you're like, oh, we have a huge advantage against Vancouver here, because they've been good on a lot of the maps throughout the regular season. That's a punch from Hydration that connects on a Janu, so maybe that buys them some space to move through the choke, which it looks like it does.
And that's big. The Gladiators don't sustain any casualties in getting to the point. Haksal will need a bit of a top up on healing. Oh, Hydration. It's just Tizzy. Burn him down awfully fast. But Haksal does trade out there for Shorefall. Even though he was healed after he went in. Tizzy does well to stay alive as long as he does, but Big Goose is hungry. He's out for the kills. And with a Coalescence coming in a bit earlier, that's going to help the Gladiators push the Titans off. I mean, that Moira ult % difference is huge there.
Yeah, as you're able to get that Coalescence, you'll take the point first. Very interesting adjustment there from Somansu. So when Hydration went in, got the punch, got the uppercut, as soon as Somansu sees that, he teleports into the backline, and he waits for the weak Hydration to come back into the backline. That's how they've been trying to pick up Hydration now in this series. So what they've done is they made the adjustment to tracking Surefour a little bit better with Haksal, and then Somansu now going into the backline trying to meet Hydration when Hydration's weak.
Well, they spot him out now. Hydration playing under the bridge, hoping someone would drop down and get an easy rocket punch into the wall across the way. Somansu playing from the top there. Not sure if they've seen him in either, because he's going to drop in now. A lot of ultimates thrown at this by the Titans already. Coalescence, Gravitic Flux. They'll get Big Goose. Raw in a bit of trouble now. Taking a ton of damage. They've caught Haksal though. That's the second time.
You fight this if you're the Gladiators. I mean, you have your own Gravitic Flux now. You have Coalescence. They're going to invest a supercharger into this as well. But Gladiators,
my gosh!
I mean, they're in a perfect position to win this.
And Vancouver look awful on this map so far.
I think that was maybe a little bit of an overcommitment from Vancouver at the beginning of that. Is using that Gravitic Flux, you didn't really need to use it that time. You still had to use the supercharger first, keep them out in open space, the Coalescence.
What is giving you the confidence to spend all those ultimates? You only have 2 kills. None of your DPS players have any final blows.
I do think they wanted to hold there at the choke. It's pretty hard to break through that with the Reaper Doom.
Shorefall there. Is going wide now as he's presented with a plethora of potential targets. Sound barrier on the Titans made that a little bit harder now, and he'll just walk it off. Back to spawn now for most of the Gladiators, and Shorefall probably will follow.
Yep, they know exactly where he is. He'll die up here on the high ground. So the Titans, you hear the gun, they do get a team kill here. See where they decide to play on defense. They want to play over by the castle, they want to push up, they want to play by the bridge. They probably want to play up. Not really a lot of great Doomfist opportunities over on the bridge to connect with those rocket punches, those one-shot combos.
It always seems like at least one of the Moira players has Coalescence. Both will have it in the next fight. Pretty even on ult percentage, with the exception of Janu being ahead.
Where's Surefour trying to go here? It looks like he's coming around on the flank through the castle. May show up on your screen teleporting behind here in a second.
And look at that though, Raw just like plowed into the front line of the Titans with his Fortify up. But Hydration goes a little bit too far. He gets caught out now. Gravitic Flux, Raw. I mean, if Raw hadn't dropped there, he would have dropped just after. Janu gets Big Goose, and Void is put on his rear end. Again, the Titans have a chance to stabilize here, but they are spending equally into these fights as the Gladiators are, so they're not really getting a huge rolling advantage in ultimates.
I think coming up for the Gladiators, she'll have a little bit of an advantage. Gravitic Flux, Supercharger, Meteor Strike in the close area. You just need to force out the Titans into open space. The way they would do that is put the pressure on the payload. So,
I mean, Flux and Meteor Strike is almost a guaranteed kill, at least one.
Yeah.
But they'll push in and try and get some of that ultimates first. Hydration got a little bit caught in between the play there. And Void, oh dear. It's like Void took himself down, man. I think that's what actually happened there. The Hyperspheres spreading the damage.
I mean, Sigma does take damage with his primary fire to himself. So, yeah, you imagine that's what happened there.
Do you want to stand next to implosions?
Could have also got booped into the...
no, his corpse is actually on the ground.
Yeah, okay. So,
just outside the door to the castle.
Did end up probably just threw it into his shield or something, hit himself with some friendly fire. So, you have another opportunity though. Halt, you do have the Hulk Gravitic Flux Coalescence combo as they're starting to move the payload on the bridge. And they do exactly that. They get a Hulk. Yep. right into the Gravitic Flux.
Wow. Death Blossom as they drop down from it. Gonna be a Coalescence though there. Surefall drops down. Sominsu's looking to do one better, and he has! He's gotten 3 kills. How you just chase Raw down? He can't escape. This is starting to get a wee bit problematic for the LA Gladiators.
You know, Gladiators had an advantage there. Moving over onto the bridge here, able to dictate some of the pace in terms of ultimates because the Titans have to be spenders because they need to hold here.
Yeah.
They've not been able to get anything going though. I mean, now you're just looking at Sound Barrier, a minute to go. Are you even going to get anything else? Like maybe Coalescence?
It's bad because it gives you an answer to the Gravitic Flux if Big Goose gets it off, but then you have to deal with the supercharge from Tizzy. Hold. There it is. Surefall. Big Goose still get the Sound Barrier off in midair then. So there's another drop to the ground to get used to that ultimate. But here comes that supercharger. That's what we're afraid of. And Hydration is already down. Haxel now gets to it. Tizzy sends him over the edge. I guess, the induction pack for LA Gladiators doesn't always provide life jackets.
You may get another fight here, though. 30 seconds left. Both teams, no ultimates. So you can take a look at Tizzy landing a halt off the side. Everybody playing over by the bridge. You just throw one off. It's
those kind of kills,
really easy.
The ones that don't require ultimates and are just, eliminating players 100-0 environmentally, are big swing plays. 13 seconds left in the round, and the LA Gladiators are going to have to rely on a Coalescence and a Dream.
They're going to wrap high ground here to try and get a touch on the cart. So buy them time to get some ultimates. Also move the cart forward.
Yeah, they've got to stand near both teams, making sure they remain close enough to the cart to either push it forward or arrest its progress. Dueling Coalescences now. This is not where you want to lose a Doomfist player. Hydration very low.
You gotta heal him. It seems like Shaz is trying to put down some damage. Hydration got so low.
Oh, they're low! They're so low! But Twilight, it goes down. Big Goose was able to find him. Shaz playing for the back of the cart. They're trying to stay safe and give that healing. Raw and Tizzy are traded out. Gravitic Flux from Void. Does he catch anyone with it? Well, not quite. There was a Sound Barrier there. Haxel gets hit with a rock as soon as it comes down, but Jadu and Haxel team up. 5 kills between the two of them, and that will do it. That may have been the last attacking push for the LA Gladiators in this match. And they're going to have to hope it was enough.
Almost get to take point B, but the Sound Barrier from Slime too strong there at the end to push through, get the damage on through. We'll see Gladiators defense after this.
Support your team with the official Overwatch League Coca-Cola bottles at CokeStore.com. Ships to all 50 U.S. states, Washington, D.C., and U.S. P.O. boxes.
Well, this bridge here on Eichenwald has always been one of the most perilous parts of the map, especially now. So many ways to displace your foes, whether it is a Creation, a Halt, a Boop, you name it, it's there. The Gladiators fell foul of a couple of those trying to get across themselves.
And it would seem like the Gladiators may have a really tough time to be able to do this on defense, but you have to remember, for the Gladiators, you basically took point A right away. I mean, non-existent defense from the Titans. Titans not able to play close. They just have a tremendous hold on the bridge. So if you're the Gladiators, you get a few stops here before point A, get a few stops right at the gate. You can make
hold happen.
There's potential for it here for the Gladiators. I mean, we saw what they did on Rialto. This is not catered to Bastion in the same way, this map.
And obviously, both teams in this series want to win this, go on to the winners finals. Both teams also, as John who gets the first pick there on a hydration, do not want to lose this because the loser of this plays the San Francisco Shock. So you have to always remind you have that in the
that could be a death sentence
mind as well.
Yeah, in and of itself.
Without a doubt.
Oh, this is bad for the Gladiators, Matt. They're getting rolled out. Big Goose and Shawford trying to hold things down, but they can only do it for so long. Only three players actually. Hydration's just returned here to help the Gladiators. Not really enough though to deal with his onslaught. The Titans are bringing 4 Vancouver players on the point. Another early capture for them. And just one more part of the map to push through if Hydration can't keep this fight going. He's down early again. Void playing from the high ground as he can. Gets Huxel with the finish though. He's getting pushed aggressively by Slime. Is Void. Kinetic Grasp will net him a little bit more extra shield. Then Titans just keep circling around this payload, using those shields from the Orisa. And it has to be stall here for the Gladiators. Everything they have, they need to throw at making this costly for the Titans.
And let's see how the Gladiators decide to play this on defense. Do they want to push up, play at the door? It's where a lot of teams like to go put the pressure on early. The payload, it will take a considerable amount of time to actually get through this area of the map. So you do have the opportunity as the defenders, especially the Lucio speed boost, get back here, take a fight.
A lot of support also going to be available here. Coalescences are now out, but the line of sight wasn't there for Twilight. He couldn't see Slime, let alone heal him at that point. Gravitic Flux, but the sound barrier is going to be there. Roar is still traded out though. They lost the Orisa. Hydration and Shawford need to do big things here. They have to make the difference. Big accretion from Void to slow Sominsu down. And that was the stop the Gladiators needed. This is where they can start to erect some kind of defense.
Hydration gotta be careful. Does not want to drop here to Sominsu. Sominsu will get out with his life and Death Blossom. So Sound Barrier, Death Blossom here available for the Titans. You're able to hold on to that Sound Barrier. Didn't want to burn it on that Gravitic Flux. The Gladiators get aggressive there with their Supercharger.
They lose it straight away though. Johnny actually throws an accretion at it just to get it out of the way. And Sominsu's Death Blossom, what looked like it could have been a good position for the Gladiators to hold in. Now it's crumbled. And they can't even play the high ground. That's not an option anymore. The payload will have moved up to at least the bridge by the time the Gladiators return, unless they're real fast.
Yeah, where do you want to take this next fight if you are the LA Gladiators? Do you want to take
it
it
at one fight territory here?
The beginning of the bridge? You almost are. It looks like they're going to go high ground here. They want to go high ground, shouldn't drop down on the payload. This scenario, you may get 2 fights out of this type of play.
Oh, the damage. That was a lot early on, and Big Goose gets caught out by Huxal. The Gladiators walked face first into a hold, and the Vancouver Titans were able to pick and choose their target there. Shawford struggling to find one of his own, though. He sees Twilight, forces the fade out, and then take it down. You thought he saw Twilight there, but Twilight finishes off with a Biotic Grasp, and now it's Huxal and Sominsu to find those last couple of kills, and the hopes of Gladiators now to advance in the upper bracket are all but dashed.
And Johnny's going to have this Gravitic Flux. Are going to be coming out of the doorways here.
Big Goose has to try. It's going to actually be Raw stepping up to the plate. Sominsu was able to find Big Goose, and Johnny's going to go for a big Gravitic Flux to try and net it. No! They've lost Raw over the edge. Slime sends him packing with the boot. And the Vancouver Titans